Hello everyone, welcome back to Cybertrack. So in today's video, we'll be diving into one of the most interesting and powerful cybersecurity tool, that's Shodan. So basically, assume that if Google helps you to search websites, and Shodan will help you to search devices that are connected into the internet. So we'll be exploring what Shodan is and how it works and how cybersecurity analysts use it. So let's get started into the video. Don't forget to subscribe my channel and click on the bell icon. So let's move to the video now. Okay, guys. So now, when it comes to Shodan, you all need to know what Shodan is first. So basically, Shodan is an search engine that's for the Internet of Things, basically IoT. So that means that it doesn't look for websites like Google does, but it finds devices that are connected into the internet. For example, let's take either CCTV cameras or else printers, routers, or else smart bulbs, and then some you mean medical machines, also servers. Also, we include traffic lights. So all these are some of the examples that devices that are connected to the internet and that has been exposed. So these exposed devices would be seen from the search engine of Shodan. So anything basically that is online, Shodan can find it, and this is why Shodan is extremely important for cybersecurity. Now we'll move into Shodan. So you may type shodan.io. So basically, you can also sign up if you are a new user, or else if you already have an account, you could log in. So I already have an account, so I'll be logging in. So now I have logged in. So let me explain some aspects before getting into practical scenarios. So you need to know why Shodan is so powerful, because now whenever a device is connected to the internet, it exposes something called a service banner. So basically, a banner is something, information about something. So here a banner will represent the information about the device. So usually a banner will contain some sets such as, for example, device types or else the software versions, or else maybe the open ports and the location, ISP. Maybe they could also contain credential stuff such as usernames. So in these scenarios, so basically Shodan scans the entire internet and collects those banners. So this will help us to understand what devices are exposed, and then what all are misconfigured and what all are vulnerable. So basically now, this is the dashboard. So I wanted to quickly remind you that everything in Shodan is public information. Everything is legal to view, but the only thing is it is illegal to access devices without permission. So you don't have any kind of permission to access the devices. I hope this is an video that's only related to cybersecurity learning and awareness. So be kind enough and don't cross the limit. So within the limit, you have access to view all, but you don't have access to capture credentials or exploit any of the devices. So let's get into the practical scenario. Now, assume this is a free account. So I already have logged into the account. If no, if you guys don't have account, you can just sign up. So this is basically a free account. So when it comes to free account, basically it has some access such as it will perform unlimited searches. So basically from the search bar you'll be searching it. So you can perform unlimited searches, and you can also view the details, the device details, and then apply some basic filters, or else you can also explore vulnerabilities. So you don't need to purchase any kind of account in this. So all are free. So let's first search some stuff. So as we discussed before, now for example, like let's start with finding exposed cameras. So I mean the CCTV cameras. So we'll search here as webcam. So now I have searched here webcam. So basically, this list will expose all the webcams. So immediately you can see thousands of results. So these are the cameras that are directly connected to the internet and that has been exposed. So some of them require login and some don't. So again, I'm telling we are not going to access anything. We'll be just observing the public banners. So now I have already taught you the banner previously. So basically, I told you that banner contains the location. So you could see here the locations and then the IP addresses. So it will be containing the open ports. It will be containing details of the server and then the request. So you could basically see all the stuff from here. So you could also see the domain, IP addresses. So all these are the webcams that has been exposed and that is publicly available in the internet. So you can also see metadata in this. So basically, this information will help us to understand like how many devices are publicly exposed and whether they are properly protected. So this is basically how hackers gather information. So that's which is called reconnaissance. So now basically we look for webcam. Now we look for another device, or else we look for some ports. Maybe we'll just type port uh, 3389. So basically, port 3389 refers to RDP. So you guys know what port 3389 is. This is called remote desktop protocol. So basically, from this you could connect using the credentials and the IP address. You could connect to their machine wherever it is. So basically, let's see what are the devices that has open ports of 3389. So basically, you can see the location and IP address and what services are they using. So basically, all these contains devices which are open with port 3389 where you will have access to RDP. So for example, this is one of the good way for an attacker to attack or to access a device. Basically, he needs the credentials. Imagine now I'm not gonna get the credentials and exploit it, but I'll show you using RDP whether is it working. So basically, I'll copy the IP and paste it, so you can see is it's connecting. So I just wanted the credentials in order to connect, so I'll be connecting to the devices. So basically these are the exposed devices. This is why now organizations use Shodan to discover the weak spots before the attackers do. So basically this is one of the most powerful tool that's used by most of the cybersecurity analysts. And apart from that, we could also search for some specific devices. For example, we'll search for Cisco. So basically, this will show all the devices, all the Cisco devices that has been exposed. So you could see all the stuffs here. So all the banners are being viewed, and see we have the results of results, and then apart from this, we can see the top countries and then the top ports, top organizations, all the stuffs. So this is how basically the researchers identify global exposure for specific brands. So now let's type something related to yeah. Let's go for operating system. So that's a good option. So let's use, for example, let's use Windows 7 because as you know, Windows 7 is an exposed machine, so it's outdated. So let's try using Windows 7. Uh, yeah, so basically we can see uh, the machines that's using Windows 7. So as we could use this to exploit it easily, because as you know, Windows 7 is an outdated and is no longer supported. So exposed machines are extremely risky. So this shows the IP address of the device which is using Windows. So basically, you can see what are the vulnerabilities too by click on the IP. So basically, these are the vulnerabilities CV 2019. This is an RCE vulnerability in an terminal service, and you can see the country, city, organization, the ISP, all the stuffs will be provided, and you can also see the open ports, which is 3389. So as you could easily assume that you have the IP address, and RDP is also open. So basically, it's Windows 7 Ultimate. So it's very risky, extremely risky to exploit it. So these are the ways how cybersecurity analysts get information about these devices. Now we'll try something related to ISPs. So it would be interesting, I guess. We can check using organization. We'll choose dialog. So we'll use dialog. So that's a better example. Sorry. So this exposes all the devices related to dialog Axiata PLC. So which is located in Sri Lanka. So this is useful for analyzing an organization's perimeter exposure. So this will be more helpful. And apart from this, we could also search for vulnerabilities. Uh, but I don't think we could search for vulnerabilities because we need to have, within a normal account we can't search for vulnerabilities. Heartbleed is an vulnerability. So let's try. Yeah, we can't access because it's only used for academic users. So we don't have access to this vul. So basically, normally vuln will show devices that are affected by famous vulnerabilities like Heartbleed, or else we could use Eternal Blue. So basically, it helps the security teams to patch the systems before attackers exploit them. So basically, we checked using the ports. We checked using port 3389. So we could also use other ports such as port 80 or else port 22, which is SSH. So you could easily get through all these. So these are the devices that has been opened with port 822. And then we could also use, apart from this, we could also use country. So we didn't use country. So we could basically use country. We'll assume we'll use US. So this will basically show all the devices that has been exposed within the country US. And apart from that, we could also use products such as Apache. Also, we could use cities. So we could take Colombo. So we'll try using Colombo. Yeah, so we will see all these export devices within Colombo. So basically, you can also combine the filters to get a specific result of the device. Either you could use, for example, I'll show you an example by combining all the filters. For example, let's take the country as we'll take it as US. And then we take the port as 22, so we could connect it using SSH, and we can also use the product as OpenSSH. So basically, this filter has been combined. So basically, you could see the location should be US, and the port 22 should be open on the devices which is used to connect SSH. So basically, the product is OpenSSH. So this is how Shodan works. So basically, apart from this, there are more tabs to explore. You could just feel free to explore. You can also check the images and then the maps. So there are a lot more to play around it. So Shodan is one of the most powerful tool. Basically, is used by most of the professionals for attack surface mapping and then to identify some exposed devices, so exposed systems in an organizations. or else to monitor the networks of the organizations, or else to discover the misconfigurations that has been happened. Also, mostly it will be used for research vulnerabilities, for researching these vulnerabilities, and also mostly for OSINT investigations. As you know now, when it comes to ethical hackers, the first step is reconnaissance. So Shodan will be very helpful for them to go with these OSINT investigations, and mostly these penetration testers use it legally, and this would help them more. So this is one of the fastest way to understand like how it is exposed and what has been exposed online. So that's it about Shodan. So beginners who are interested in cybersecurity and who wanted to get to know more about it can open an account and play around it, but you have no access to get credentials to exploit, so it's prohibited. So legally, you can weave and get an idea about how cybersecurity analysts get through these exposed devices, get to know about these informations, all those stuffs. So that's it about today's video. So comment below, and I'll make a next part, another video with more interesting tool. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon. So thank you guys for watching Cybertrack.